at that. It's falling over. Huh? Ready to go. He's ready. Gotta clear my throat. Drink my water. tQWannaBe. Red and blue. Okay. We should have like the higher seated player being red and the other being blue. Yeah, red and blue. Red versus blue. Which one's Caboose?
Oh, that was such a good series.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
I watched.
It kind of strayed off, I think, but it was great when it started out.
Yeah, me too. I watched like the first like 50 episodes, and after that I was like, it's kind of getting a little bit, you know how they add aliens to things to make it sound better, to make it look better. Same thing.
But
except
the headlight fluid and everyone's sleeping.
Yeah.
Caboose thought everyone was sleeping. It was just epic times. I always wanted the -1 Caboose shirt.
Oh really?
But I never got my hands on it.
Yeah. You should make one yourself. Just cut out pieces of paper, stick it on there. I made a Caboose shirt for me. Oh, what? Oh. I, for some reason, I was thinking while they were casting, I really want to hear Alex Burrows cast. I have a friend of a friend that knows the president of the Canucks organization, or no, the owner of the Canucks organization. So maybe we can go and find out if we can rent Alex Burrows on the off season.
Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, we're always ready. Oh, bone ready. Let's go. Water, I got my water here.
This one actually might.
That's anonymous water. You don't want to be drinking anonymous water. All right, game is starting.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the other semifinal. This is game. I don't no idea.
This is game 3 actually. It's tied at 1-1 right now.
Oh yeah, tied 1-1. Game 3 of the NCIX UBC StarCraft Cup. An awesome cup. You guys should come along for the ride. But here we go. In the top right-hand side of Terminus SC, we do have ValiditySAGA. And he is an awesome player. No wonder he's gotten to this stage in the game. And then on the top left-hand side of the map, we have FourKWarden. And he is saying good luck, have fun. And he is our blue Terran player. And let's put 3 there so we can... there we go. Lock our camera so you see everything.
Both of these players being really polite. I don't think we'll see the same kind of BM from these players as we saw in the last matchup. It is quite entertaining, but Warden is such a polite guy in person. I couldn't see him saying anything negative in game.
Well, a lot of players are polite guys in person. Like I know Sam. He may not know me. I'm his stalker. No, he's come to a lot of tournaments that I've casted, so I kind of see him a lot. But he's a nice guy, and but BM happens, you know.
It does. The last tournament there's a couple games I didn't GG. Kind of regret that personally, but you caught up in the moment.
Yeah. Sometimes the BM is really fluid and it just goes with the flow, and then sometimes it's a little bit more rock solid.
Absolutely.
Catch my drift. All right. So we do have, what do we have here? Let's open the production tab to make sure we're seeing what we're seeing, but we're not seeing what we're seeing. There we go. Put the right thing down there. And we have a barracks coming here from FourKWarden. That's awesome. We'd like to see barracks coming from our Terran players.
And there's a gas for Warden right now, but no gas for Validity right now, actually.
Interesting. So going for no gas build. No, I'm just kidding. We may see a later gas there, but of course, what does gas mean? We all know it. It's more tech, because Terran players love their tech and they love their gas. Unless you're Marine King Prime, then you just don't even need gas. Gas is just to get stim. That's the only reason you get gas.
Exactly.
Yeah, but who knows? Ooh, look at this. Proxy position for our SCV. What do we put here? Just a supply depot. I guess he's just scouting.
Yeah, wants to put it there to possibly spawn for drops or, just getting some vision on that side of the map. With the naturals so easily
Our
taken in this map,
SCVs are under attack.
you really do got to watch out for misdirection type of play.
So if the natural's so easily taken, we should expect a game with a high number of resources and a lot of armies and a lot of battles, but of course that also means we could be seeing an all-in, as one player may decide to go for a expansion build, and the other player says, no, I don't think I like that. I'm going to go for an all-in play here. So we do have our first expansion here coming from ValiditySAGA. He's going to build it over his natural. He has 2 Marines guarding the destructible rocks. That's awesome. We'd like to see that from our lovely Marines.
It's really great to see this command center going down. I really hope to see macro games. Macro games are just absolutely best to watch. All-ins can be really fun, but you know, macro, you get a lot of big armies out there, a lot of different compositions. And especially with Terran vs. Terran, lately I've noticed on the GSL and different leagues, Terran vs. Terran is actually becoming a lot more interesting. Not as much Marine tank. I see a lot of Marine Hellions and a lot of misdirection. It's actually making the game much better to watch from a tactical standpoint.
Oh yeah, so SCB going down there from FourKWarden, getting absolutely no scouting from his opponent. Let's actually check the vision there. No, he has not actually done any scouting on his opponent's ValiditySAGA. So he's going to be completely in the dark for now. He does not know of the expansion that has gone down. So instead, Warden's going to go for more of a tech build since he got that gas first, and makes sense that he's going to go for some factory. Although he is getting Hellions and he is getting Blue Flame, and he's researching that right now, as well as getting a bunker at his ramp.
Absolutely. Blue Flame Hellions are increasingly in popularity right now. Pretty much on all stages of the game, especially in GSL, the North American ladder, in different ladders. People are realizing how good Hellions can actually be. They are only the cost of 2 Marines, and absolutely no gas once you do get that upgrade. And a little cute micro right there, but the Hellion does escape.
That's gotta hurt. Nobody likes to be burnt by Hellions. Yeah, I can't think of any single unit. Maybe Roaches. Roaches just feel more happy when they get burnt by Hellions. They're just like, hey, I got this great arm. I can just completely kill them. But we won't be seeing any Roaches in this game unless you're the little one. Then somehow you get like a carrier and a Roach in a game, and then people are like, how did you even do that?
He is amazing to watch. TLO is quite the incredible player. Really, for the meta game, he's really great. And you know, I've been on Twitter, I can see, and also, you know, follow 604 StarCraft on Twitter, but on TLO's Twitter, he mentioned how a lot of other pros go to him to find out information. We can see 3 Hellions there trying to poke the Marauder at the tower, but the Marauder is heavy, so he won't take any of the extra damage from that play.
More Marines and more Marines coming from ValiditySAGA as well, finally getting to the factory. And looking over here, we do have those Hellions finally killing that one Marauder. Boy, that Marauder took a lot of fire from those Hellions, but of course, FourKWarden showing that he has that Blue Flame, so ValiditySAGA, he's going to be able to compensate for that by building some sort of defense against that.
We do see 2 reactors being thrown down right now by Validity, so he's going to stick with those Marines. And we do see +1 also going down. The production paths are actually really great to watch. Siege tanks are coming out. We've got starports coming out, and orbital command coming out. So we're going to really see a good macro game here, not like the last series where we saw a lot of one base play.
All right, so there we go. Medevac coming over, going to try and get into the bottom side of ValiditySAGA's base. Will ValiditySAGA see this coming? He does not have any units in place to see it ahead of time. He's just going to have to react to it as it gets to its base. And of course, there are a couple Marauders being built by ValiditySAGA, so if he can get those Marauders over to the Blue Flame Hellions, it's going to shut them down immediately, as well as here comes the drop, and it's going to get rid of these 2 Marines instantly, and it's going to come into the supply lines. SCV's going down all the places, and oh my gosh, Marines getting killed, Mules getting killed. Oh, you do not want to lose those Mules. Only one of those Blue Flame Hellions getting taken out, and a stim. Lots and lots of damage going down there from Warden.
Absolutely. One of those mules actually did get killed, one timed out. But the one that did get killed actually had very little time left on it. Although taking out those mules at any point is an absolutely great trade. And he did only, like you said, he only lost that one Blue Flame Hellion. He only lost 100 minerals in that exchange, so absolutely coming out on top in that.
Alrighty then, so what is going to happen here for ValiditySAGA? Is going to put another add-on to his factory and add another tech lab there, as well as continuing his Marauder production. And look, he's going to go for a counterattack. Marines taking out some rocks. Not a smart thing to do when you're going to get counterattack, but there we go. Marauder taking out care of business.
And +1 will be done momentarily for Validity. And he's actually doing a drop that looks like 2 Marauders and about 8 Marines, I think. I'm not totally sure. No combat does stop the mining momentarily and forces that orbital command to lift off and run away.
Green and Marauder saying, wait for me! Finally getting into the medevac to the last possible second. 0 losses there for ValiditySAGA, and that's a good news for him. But of course, we'll have to see how that puts him ahead of his opponent, or if it even does, because both of them are on 2 bases. But I think those Blue Flame Hellions just did that much more damage to the supply line, and that's going to give Warden a little bit of an advantage in this game.
Absolutely. We now see some missile turrets going up for Validity. He does want to try to stop those drops, and we do see a bunch of Stim Marines running down here trying to take out the medevac. They will take it out. I believe that was one of the Hellions from the first attack, where he actually dropped a bunch of workers. I think those Blue Flame Hellions were finally cleaned up there. Now we see the rocks being taken down for Warden, as there is a huge force moving in here. The tanks are not sieged. What is going to happen right here? We could see a stim come in. He is going to stim in. The tanks are not ready. They're sieging up now. They get focused down. They get absolutely no shots off at all. These medivacs are going to completely swing, and there's the GG's. Good game.
Wow. It came down to that last second where he did not have his tank sieged. I mean, sure, he may have had a poor positioning, as you can see ValiditySAGA had the superior concave in that situation. FourKWarden had all his Marines strung out in one big line, so it would have taken him a couple seconds in order to compensate for that. So I think even if the siege tanks were sieged up, ValiditySAGA would have come out ahead, but would have not called the GG out there, or would have not forced the GG there from FourKWarden. So 1-0 or 2-1 now for ValiditySAGA. He's 1 game ahead, and now we're invited to an